Just like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland said, I'm late for a very important date, which is this video. I should have filmed this video a long time ago, but here we are. I'm a not so booktube newbie doing the booktube newbie tag. So if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Charlie. I make booktube videos with a little dash of other things from time to time. The reason that I didn't film this video way back when I started my channel is because when I started, I was just a 17-year-old girl and I didn't know what I wanted and what I wanted to do with my channel. It just became general. So if you scroll down through my videos, there are a lot of different topics, some weird tags with TV shows and makeup and story times and Q&As, and yeah. If you want to get to know 17-year-old me, then feel free to watch my backlist. But we have rebranded. I am now a booktuber. I'm now a booktuber, and hi, my name's Charlie. I don't know if I said that already, but I'm Charlie and I make book videos. Hence why we're doing the booktube newbie tag today. So I'm just gonna start with the questions, get on into this. This video didn't need an intro, but I just felt like I had to give a little bit of a disclaimer. But the first question is, why did I start my channel? Now, I started my channel because I love books. I love books. Is there really another answer to this question except the fact that you love books, you want to talk about books, you want to integrate yourself into the community and make friends with people that also love books? Is there really another answer for that? Because that is my hair's sticking to my lips. That is my genuine answer. I just love books. I'm another girl who loves to read and I want to share that with the world. The type of videos that I make are videos that I would personally watch, because if I love something, I go all in. And become obsessed. I'm obsessed with all the books that I read. So yeah, that is literally, I don't know how else to, this is chaotic. I don't know how else to answer this question. I'm just a girl that loves books, so I make book videos. Our next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? That is such a hard question to answer. I think I mean, I don't do anything like journaling, or I don't know. I really don't know how to answer this. I guess I'm bringing myself to booktube, so a different, unique perspective on books and booky things is what I'm bringing. I'm bringing myself. But I also make a little bit of Glee content. So if you like Glee and you like books, then I'm your girl and you should subscribe. It's like that question when you go to an interview and they're like, what can you bring to this job? And you don't know what to answer. You want to say what people want to hear, but I'm the type of person that knows that if I'm not for you, I'm not for you, and that's okay. That's okay. We can still live freely and vibe. It doesn't matter. It's not that deep. I hate this question. It's so hard to answer because I'm literally doing this because I love to do this. For me, it's not about bringing something new to booktube. It's about just doing what I love and talking about important things alongside that. Does that answer the question? That was a long answer. Number 3 is, what are the most exciting things about this new channel? The most exciting thing for me is just being able to talk to people about books. That's so exciting, getting new recommendations, putting out my own recommendations and seeing people love them or hate them. I love a little bit of a polarizing situation. Polarizing reads are the best. I just love seeing people's perspectives on things because we are all so different as humans, and whilst it can be expected to love a certain book, the execution isn't always that way. And I love that. I love a healthy debate on books and why people don't like them or why people love them. Just, that's the most exciting thing for me, just being able to surround myself with lovely people and lovely books and buying new books, getting new books to add to my shelf. This video is going very bad. So let's move on to the next question, which is, why do you love reading? Oh, I love reading because it takes you into a new world. You know, you're reading about people that are very different from yourself, or if you're like me and you like to relate to characters, you're seeing yourself in a more idealistic way. I love reading. I love the feeling. For me, it's about the emotion. I'm very driven by my emotions, and I love books that make me feel something, especially that warm reader feeling that you get when you read a 5-star book and you're in love with it. I get that feeling from The Diviners, from Caraval, from The Kingdom of the Wicked, The Once and Future Witches, just to name a few books that have given me that warm... Oh, how could I forget? One of the warmest feelings I got was reading The Midnight Library and Lovely War. I love reading. I mean, honestly, if I didn't love reading, would I really be sat here on this channel making book videos? Number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? The book, it wasn't a series. The book that got me into reading was Best Friends by Jacqueline Wilson. I remember I used to go to the library on a Friday as a child, and I decided to try out Jacqueline Wilson books. She is the person that got me into reading because I got into reading at a very young age. I would say Jacqueline Wilson in general, but the first book that I read from her was Best Friends, and I read it over and over again. I took it out multiple times from the library because I just loved the trope of best friends, and yeah. Best Friends by Jacqueline Wilson was the first book that got me into reading. Bonus points, I read the Mary Kate and Ashley series, the Tracy Beaker trilogy, what's another one? Let's branch away from Jacqueline Wilson. The Rainbow Fairies. There was this, I don't know what it's called, but there was this series of books about, I think it was set in Australia, and it was about this girl and her parents, and they owned kind of like a, I want to say marine biologist sanctuary, and there was a lot of books about different animals that she saved, and it was a children's series. I really don't remember what it's called, but if anyone knows what I'm talking about, please let me know what that's called, because it was one of my favourite series that I ever read. I also love the Magical Unicorn books and Matilda. Yeah, all the books that got me into reading. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Okay, so first of all, who are my favourite booktubers? From the top of my head, I can say that Meg with Books. We talk about her a lot. We talk about Meg a lot because maybe she's my favourite booktuber of all time. I just love her. So there's Meg, there's Cindy, Mel Reeds. They're my top 3 at this current moment, I think. Okay, so let's go to questions that I would ask my favourite booktubers. Obviously, I would ask them how they are. You know, I love to know how people are. So how are you? How's your week going? Are you hydrated? Are you doing well? Just, you know, because we care about people here. Also, I would ask them what their favourite book of all time is, and I would make them choose between 2 of their favourite books of all time, and they're not allowed to read anything else. So which one would you choose? I would ask them, which character that you've read about do you relate to most? Yeah, I feel like they're pretty good questions. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So I've been on here for a while now, and for me the most hard challenge is actually filming my videos, because I do suffer with anxiety, and at times I feel like it does come across on the screen, and I'm not very good at articulating my thoughts, and that's something that I'm very self-aware about. I also have a very bad memory because I suffer with chronic pain, and that's linked. So when I read a book, it can seem like I haven't actually read the book. I won't pick up on the things that most people pick up on, but then I know the feeling that I got when I read the book, and I know it's my favourite. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen, and it has happened with certain books. But yeah, that was my personal biggest challenge. For someone like me, I don't really care about how many subscribers I have, or who. Well, I care about who watches my videos, you know, I love you, but I don't care if people are watching my videos or not, because I love to make them. This is fun for me. This isn't a full-time job. This is a hobby. This is something that I enjoy doing. I'm editing and I'm uploading and I'm filming because I love to, not because I have to. What was the question? Oh, challenges. So yeah, my challenge is just my own anxiety and how I haven't really figured out my place in the booktube community, like who my people are, and how to do booktube without becoming obsessed with the number of books that I'm reading in comparison to other people. That's something I've struggled with a lot this year. I'm nearing 100 books, and I can't say that I've loved every single one of them, but I will say that I have found some amazing 5-star reads, and also alongside that some new favourite books of all time. So this year has been my best reading year. I also think I struggle to look at the camera. I struggle to make eye contact with you, and that's something I do in real life as well. So I'm not being rude. I'm looking at you right now. I see you. Okay, so number 8 is, when did you start reading? This is kind of like a continuation of that other question where I talked about Jack and Wilson. So when did I start reading? On my own, I started reading when I was very, very young. You know, books like The Gruffalo, The Angry Caterpillar. We've changed the game here. The Hungry Caterpillar. I started reading from a very young age. When I was in primary school, my reading age was always much older than I actually was. When I was in year 4, I think I was reading like a 12-year-old. So I've always loved reading. I've always just loved the world, the characters. You know, it's just, when did I start reading? As a child. Though I wouldn't have been surprised if I came out the womb with a book in my hands. Number 9 is, where do you read? I get jealous of people that can literally read anywhere, especially when it comes to sitting up. So I see a lot of people in the booktube community being able to read on trains, in the car. I can't do that because it gives me motion sickness. But I do my reading in my bed, specifically laying down. I find that if I read sitting up, my back cramps. I can't do it. I can't get into the book because I'm too focused on how my muscles are cramping. But I lay down. I'm lazy. I'm a lazy reader. I'm planning on having a nice lazy reading night. Fun fact, when I finish this video, I'm starting my reading vlog for the week. I decided that I wanted to do a reading vlog, and I will be reading The Wolf Den, which is a historical fiction about the underground brothel in Pompeii, and it's set in, I think, like 7 AD or something along those lines. You'll hear my thoughts in the reading vlog. I haven't figured out whether I want to make it spoilery or not the point. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I'm going to be reading that book laying down tonight, and it's going to be the best time. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? As of right now, I'm in a little bit of a genre slump when it comes to fantasy. As you all know, if you've watched my channel this year or you follow me on Goodreads, I started my journey with fantasy this year, fell in love with it. In the beginning of the year, I was pretty much solely reading fantasy, and I do love it, but I've gone into a genre slump with it. So I'm hoping that I can come out of that soon, because there's so many books that I need to read. I haven't even finished Once Upon a Broken Heart or The Kingdom of the Cursed, and I talked about those books so much in the past few months, but I just haven't picked them up. So I love fantasy, I love romance, I like contemporary from time to time. It's gone a little bit boring, but I do enjoy a contemporary book from time to time. I adore thrillers and historical fiction. See, I'm reading historical fiction right now. I've gotten into graphic novels, so that's not exactly a genre, it's a type of book, I guess. Magical realism is really interesting. Horror, I want to get into horror, but then I can't say that I read horror because I haven't really read much of it, unless you count The Year of the Witching as like a light horror. Yeah, they're the books that I read. I really love thrillers though. Thrillers might just be my absolute favourite, and murder mysteries. We love a bit of a murder mystery. Now, the 11th question is kind of like a bonus to it if you want, and it says, what does your book collection look like? And I'm a little bit too lazy to take a picture of my honestly very messy shelf. I've actually put my dog's birthday presents, which is treats and tennis balls, on top of my shelf. So my shelf looks a mess. It really does need fixing. However, just to give something for this answer, I'm gonna grab the books off my murder mystery thriller shelf and show you what they are. These are not all the murder mystery / thrillers that I own. These are just the ones that are on my shelf right now, because there's a big TBR pile up there and they're kind of scattered around. But we have No Exit by Taylor Adams. As you all know, this is my favourite thriller of all time. Isolated setting, suspense, anxiety attack. We love that. I also have The Islanders by S.V. Leonard. Probably, no, the second worst book recommendation that I got from Meg. I love you, Meg. Sorry, but... Then we have The Night Swim by Megan Golden. One of my favourite books. Honestly, most of these books are my favourite. Amazing, has a podcast element, a rape trial, an accident. Yeah, great. And then we have a series. I have The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. You're probably fed up of me talking about it, but we have The Good Guy's Guide to... Yep, that word. Good Girl, Bad Blood, As Good as Dead, which is my favourite one. This one's pretty polarizing. People aren't liking it, but I loved it. I do think it lacked in the murder mystery. It did lack in the multimedia elements. It doesn't have as many as the first two books, which I think maybe why people didn't like it. It also has a very shocking twist. I loved it. And then we have another Meg recommendation. Maybe I'll just title this video I Love Meg. But The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I don't know why I need to look at it. I know it's by Lucy Foley. Another isolated mystery on an island, and there's a wedding, and we follow multiple character POV. I feel like I need to listen to the audiobooks. I've already read it physically, and I don't think I've reread. Did I reread this year? I didn't. Maybe sometime soon. So there you have it, the Booktube newbie tag, or in my case, the not so Booktube newbie tag. If you enjoyed this video and getting to know me, then subscribe, and I will see you next week for a new video. I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet. I think I'm gonna read, don't hold me to this, but I think I'm gonna read 1-star reviews of books that I will never read, and one of those books is Tri-Six Venom. But I don't know yet. Anyway, goodbye.